Welcome back to the Uncensored 911 channel. The other day I had uploaded a video about a Texas mom that was jailed for allowing her son to walk down the street. The mom Heather had contacted me and asked me to tell her story, and with respect I will do just that. But she is not the only mom to fall victim to this government overreach. Another mom in Georgia was just arrested as well for the same thing. So I will be telling you her story too. In today's society, it is very sad that we can no longer teach our younger generation independence. Gone are the days of the latchkey kids. The first story that I am going to tell you about takes place in rural Georgia. Take a listen and watch what happens.
Police body camera video shows the moment Brittany Patterson was arrested for letting her 10-year-old son walk into town by himself.
What am I under arrest for?
For reckless endangerment.
And how was I recklessly endangering my child?
We're not talking about it.
On October 30th, Patterson said she took one of her children to the doctor. In the meantime, her son, Soren, who since turned 11, decided to walk less than a mile into town from their home in rural Mineral Bluff, Georgia. While out, Patterson got a call from the sheriff's department, worried that Soren was walking alone.
I wasn't concerned. I wasn't, panicking or concerned because it's just a short walk from our house. He knows how to get home. He knows how to get there.
Authorities dropped Soren off at home, and 5 hours later, they returned.
Call Mommy and tell them they're taking you to jail because you decided to walk down the street.
Let go of your hands. That's not his fault.
Yeah, call Mommy.
You're the mother. That's your responsibility.
Last time I checked, it wasn't illegal for a kid to walk to the store. So.
It is when they're 10 years old.
Patterson was booked on suspicion of reckless conduct, a charge that could carry 1 year in jail. The warrant claiming she willingly and knowingly did endanger the bodily safety of her juvenile son.
Our criminal justice system is built on the fact that you did something or you were negligent. You did something criminally negligent. So what is it she did?
Authorities have offered to drop the charge if Patterson signs a safety plan that includes the use of a GPS tracker on her son's phone. But she refuses to sign it or admit doing anything wrong.
I just felt like I couldn't sign that, and that in doing so would be agreeing that there was something unsafe about my home or something unsafe about my parental decisions, and I just don't believe that.
Brittany Patterson was arrested and accused of allegedly endangering her son, all because the unsupervised 10-year-old walked less than a mile away from home. Brittany Patterson, 41, had taken another son to a doctor on October 30th, and she became mildly annoyed, but not at all worried, when the Fannin County Sheriff's Department called to say her son Soren had wandered from their rural home in Mineral Bluff and into town. Deputies drove Soren, now 11, home, and that was that, or so Patterson thought. But then hours later, the Sheriff's Department went back to the family's home near the North Carolina border, where Patterson was handcuffed, arrested, booked on suspicion of reckless conduct, and forced to post $500 bail. Authorities have offered to drop the charge if Patterson signs a form that outlines a safety plan guaranteeing that her children would always be under a watchful eye. Patterson refuses to sign the form and said she'll contest the charge, which carries up a year behind bars. Patterson's lawyer, David DeLugas, rhetorically asked whether mothers and fathers now have to know the precise locations of their children at all times. Now onto the story of Heather and her son and family. Like I said in the previous, Heather had reached out to me and wanted me to tell her story. Why? Because she wants everyone to be aware of what can happen if we allow our children to become too independent. Did she allow him to get out of the car onto the sidewalk and walk home? Yes, she did. Was he in a safe neighborhood? Yes, he was. Was Mom close by? Yes, she was. Now I know you're probably thinking there is no way I am going to watch this entire video. But ask yourself this one question. If this were you and your situation, would you or would you not want the entire story out in the open, or would you just want bits and pieces known? And I don't want to hear that it will never happen to you, because this mom said the same thing. And look what happened.
911, what's the location of the emergency?
Sierra West 10800 and Ritchie Road in Hewitt.
Okay, Sierra Watts and Ritchie Road at that intersection?
Well, actually, there's a little boy walking down the sidewalk. I don't want to look like I'm stalking him. I bet he's maybe 6. and he's by himself. It's like he's a perfect target for somebody to kidnap. Now he's kind of running.
And you don't see anyone near there?
No, I thought maybe this guy jogging was with him, but no, he's already gone probably 2 city blocks.
Okay, and are you on Ritchie Road now or Sierra West?
I'm on Ritchie Road right now, and I'm kind of back behind him. I don't want to scare him, but...
Is there a school near there?
Who?
Is there a school near that area?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm in a red Chevy Malibu, so if you wonder if anybody thinks I'm stalking him or anything... I mean, he's barefoot. He's wearing a T-shirt and navy shorts.
Okay.
And I bet he's not 6 years old.
Okay, all right. Give me 1 second. So you're going down Ritchie Road. You already left Sierra West, correct?
Yeah, and I'm down Ritchie Road, and I'm facing Mobley right now. And I'm kind of making people mad. He looks like he's turning to the right.
So onto Mobley?
Yes, he's walking down Mobley now.
Okay.
Let's see. Now there's a car stopped, and I don't know if they're stopped because they're like me, worried about him. But he'd be such an easy target. He probably doesn't weigh.
Okay.
Pounds.
Okay. Yes.
Hang on. Maybe this person's asking him. Looks like this person might have asked him a question. Should I talk to him or what?
See if that other person knows anything, possibly?
No, they drove away. I tried to pull up to him, and they drove away, but he's too little. I mean, I don't know. He's way too... Now, there's all these construction homes going up.
Yes, ma'am, sir. You're on Mobility Road, correct?
I'm on Mobley Road, yes.
Mobley.
And I'm looking at Skinner, but if you don't call somebody...
No, yes, ma'am. This says in officers are on the way. I just need to know where you're going down. Like, have you...
I'm going down Mobley, and I'm crossing over Skinner.
Okay, but you're still going straight on Mobley. Let me know if you turn at any point. Is this child, yes, ma'am?
Now he's kind of running.
Okay. This child, is it black, white, Asian, Hispanic?
He's white.
Okay, and I know you said he had a T-shirt, but what color is it?
The T-shirt is multicolored, tie-dyed, and he has, where'd he go? Blonde hair. I don't know if it's tie-dyed, but it's got some sort of a weird pattern on it. It's primarily green, but like I said, now he's taking his shirt off and tucking it into his shorts. He just took his shirt off. But, I mean, there's, like, people putting up houses over here. I don't know. I mean, not in this world.
Can you ask him?
No, because if I ask him, I might scare him, and then somebody might think I'm trying to take him.
No, it's okay, because either way we have this in for officers. Can I get your name?
My name's Melissa. But there's all these people. I'm just blown away that apparently...
What color are his shorts?
Navy blue. But he's walked a very, very long way to be by himself.
Okay, and you're going to be there in the area as well for officers?
I am, if they'll hurry up.
Okay, all right. Try asking him if you can. You're already on the call with 911, so we will just include this in the call if anyone else were to call. But if you're able to...
But what if... I don't think that's wise, because if I scare him and he just takes off running...
Okay, yes, ma'am, that's completely up to you. That is completely up to you.
I don't think that's wise, because...
Okay, what's he doing now?
He just looks both ways and crossed the street.
But he's still on Mobley Road?
Yeah, he's on Mobley, crossing over Gilchrist. I don't know.
Okay, like I said, we do have an officer on the way.
Well, they are taking a long time. truthfully. I don't see any officers. And, I mean, this kid has walked easily. Okay, here's an officer.
Okay, can you flag him down?
Well, I mean, I got my hazard lights on. Did you tell him I'm driving a red Chevy Malibu?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Okay. But can you try to flag him down as well?
I'm flagging him down right now. Do I stay with him? Or?
Oh, that's completely up to you. You can pass on the information, let him know what's been going on, if possible. But that is up to you, ma'am.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out.
Okay.
It's okay, honey. He just wants to be sure you get home okay.
Okay. Is the officer there with you?
It's okay, baby. You're not in trouble, honey.
The footage you are about to see in its entirety has never been seen before on any other channel. This is exclusive to Uncensored 911. So please watch what happened to this family. It is imperative to all families to understand what government overreach is all about.
23 at 2701 Sampson, mileage 61487. What's your name, buddy?
Aiden.
Aiden, hang tight in the car for just a little bit, okay? I'm gonna go talk to mom. Mom and dad are home? Okay. Hello. Is your parents home?
Yeah.
Can I talk to them?
Mommy.
Hey.
Hey.
You have a young son named Aiden?
Yes.
Okay. Want my time to talk to me for a minute?
Yes.
He's in my car right now.
Okay.
Alright. Trying to figure out what he was doing walking down the street barefoot.
So we were at karate. We were driving home. Kids were fighting. Once we got to the neighborhood,
Okay.
see you later, right up there. And obviously he didn't make it home. He was in a very frustrated mood.
Okay. Well, I have a little concern with that because we have an 8-year-old walking by himself in the neighborhood barefoot.
Okay.
And I had several people call in on him
Oh,
walking.
really?
Yeah. And they said that he was walking way down over here from Chapel and Panther Way. Or Ritchie and Panther Way, I'm sorry.
He said, yes, he says, well,
So
I'm
is
just
that
going to
where
go
he
the
got
short. A little bit. It was about halfway, like, so it was on
Okay.
Ritchie, in between Mobley and Panther. And he said, well, I'm going to go to the steak place, so I don't know what that is, but I have 3 boys, so whatever. It's somewhere over there. Because that's the shortcut. And I'm like,
Okay.
just get home.
Right. So, I understand kids fight.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go inside for me, buddy? So I can talk to your mama?
See you in just a minute, okay? Go. Declan, I'm going to close the door now.
So you see my issue with all this, right? You understand that I get calls on the 8-year-old walking down the street barefoot where God knows who could have ran across him. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Because his contention is that y'all told him to get out and he needed exercise to walk from wherever it was over here back to home. Okay. Does that sound reasonable to you?
Does it sound reasonable for him? It does.
It does?
But
Okay.
but you know, my mind can be changed.
Yeah.
I'm not like, you know.
Yeah.
I guess the way I see it, it's an 8-year-old. I know our whole
A very
neighborhood.
small 8-year-old.
Well, that's the problem, but he's still 8. And so do I feel like he could walk around the neighborhood by himself? Absolutely.
Yeah.
As long as he is not. So if you would have told me that he was like in someone's yard or causing issues, that's definitely a huge issue. Just, walking in the neighborhood or at the front of the neighborhood, like, I don't really see a huge problem with it. Obviously, if he's going to be picked up every time, then that's definitely going to change my mind. But our neighborhood is... I'm on the Facebook page, and it is very much like they're constantly calling out kids for walking around the neighborhood by themselves. And it's not my only kid. I mean, so I have a friend who's same thing. They're always posting about, and we're not, the kids aren't doing anything. They're just, I don't know, exploring the neighborhood or whatever. So I guess I don't see an issue with it, and other parents do, and that's frustrating.
Well, from a police standpoint, I see a huge issue with it. Okay. The problem is that regardless of where this child was left to walk by himself, anyone and everyone that comes through here necessarily doesn't live through here. You know what I'm saying? So him walking down here unattended is a huge red flag for me. All right. So I got a supervisor coming. All right, and once my partner gets here, he's still in the car. He's okay. He seems to be in a pretty good mood. Was it the whole family with you?
My 2 boys and me.
Okay. Has anything like this ever happened before?
That I made them get out of the car and walk?
Yeah. Okay.
When they're fighting.
When they're fighting. How many boys do you have?
I have 3.
3? What are the ages?
8, 7, and 5.
8, 7, and 5.
Yes.
Wow.
So, I usually do park right at the end of Mobley. I think it's been tough, especially with him right now. So.
I understand.
So what if I hadn't have made him get out and he just, hey, Mom, can I walk home? And I just let him get out and walk home.
I think, as a parent as well, judgment entails that you have a lot of crazy people out here. Okay? As a police officer in the city of Waco and in this area, I see a lot of it. Not necessarily everyone that lives in the suburbs does. I don't trust my child with out of range about 20 or 30 feet from me in Waco. Because I know what's out here. That being said, to have an 8-year-old get out of the car and walk by himself, that's a big problem. Okay, because we don't know who's in that white van behind there, to be stereotypical, right? There's a lot of child predators in Waco. Okay, I'm sure if you were to pull up a sex offender app, and there's probably 2 or 3 down this street more than likely, and that's an issue. That's what would scare me. That's just, there's a whole lot of wrong in my opinion with all this. And I understand I don't live with 3 boys from the age of 8 to 5. Okay, I have just 1 child as of right now. But as from a police officer standpoint, while it didn't end up bad this time, the next time it could. The next time you could be calling us saying my son vanished. And in today's time, even though with all the technology we have, we necessarily can't recover a child if it's been 3 or 4 hours, we have no suspect information or anything else. So once my partner gets here, we'll get him out of the car, and then I'm going to make a call to my supervisor and just let him know what's going on. Hey buddy, is this y'all's next door neighbor?
I guess so.
You will notice here that a neighborhood child comes up and asks to play with her sons. He seems to be riding his bike all by himself. Will his parents feel the wrath as well?
Last year they played together. They haven't played together this year.
Is it just you here with the kiddos? Is Dad here?
He's coming.
He's coming? Okay.
Back from work. Can they play? No, they can't play right now. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, bud. Maybe later.
Okay.
Alright? You know, I'm not going to dance around the bush a little bit. I'm probably going to have to call CPS on this.
Okay.
And, you know, as of right now, you may end up going to jail
Okay.
for endangering a child.
Okay.
Okay, in my opinion, I think an 8-year-old doing that, walking by himself like that, requires a responsibility to ensure that he's protected, and not a whole lot. Because I mean, a woman was following him, and she called.
Okay.
So that being said, put your hands behind your back for me.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. And I know these are not comfortable. And you said husband is on the way?
Yes.
Where does he work at? Here, turn your hands like you're praying. You got tight shoulders? There we go.
I do. We're riding with that.
I tell you what. Oh, give me another pair of cuffs, Justice, would you?
Yep.
All right. So, ma'am, you're being detained right now, okay? And my partner's going to get your information. I'm going to make a phone call real quick, all right? All right. And before we ask you anything else, I'm going to read you your rights and everything else, okay?
Great.
All right.
You have to go in.
Yeah. Go in for me, buddy, okay? Hey, Sergeant McCullough. You still heading over here? Well, we're over at 2701 Sampson. Yeah, I went ahead and detained Mom. She kicked this kid out somewhere off of Richie and made him get out because he and his brothers were fighting and he's 8 years old, barefoot walking. And she's admitted to doing this. I'm just, generally asking her questions, and she said this has happened before. And then also, when she answered the door, the house is deplorable. She's got 2 other kids, and he's got scratches and shit all up and down his legs, which I know for an 8-year-old boy is very, very common. But I don't know how deep some of that stuff goes. So Dad's supposed to be headed home from work any time, but I went ahead, she's acting nonchalantly about it, so I put cuffs on her. So I'm gonna, once you get here, if you think anything else needs to be done, I'm thinking about charging her with endangering easily with this one. Okay. Sampson, if you come down, you go further south of Chapel and Ritchie, and it's that new subdivision on the right. And the first road's going to be Mobley, and it's like 3 or 4 blocks down, and you'll see Sampson, and you go north on Sampson. All right. All right. Sergeant is close. He'll do some more talking to you. At this point, I believe he agrees with me on what's going on here. Could you get the other kiddos' information? I'm gonna get this young man's.
And my husband was supposed to do a couple errands before.
Okay. Well, we'll call him. Yeah, we'll call him. I'll get that information. What about this? What is this young man's name? Said Aiden what? What's the last name?
Wallace.
Wallace. How do you spell Aiden?
A-I-D-E-N.
What's his date of birth?
11, 23, 8, sorry, 12, 13, 12.
12, 13, 12.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, and the other two kiddos you got here.
Liam, Liam, Wallace.
Okay.
Date of birth is 3/17/14, and then Declan, Declan.
Okay, I'll give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Declan is what?
8, 10, 16.
No, sorry, how you spell his name?
Declan.
And you said his date of birth was what again?
8, 10, 16.
Okay.
You should want to think.
What is Dad's name?
Scott.
Okay. What is his date of birth?
9, 28/74.
Okay. You know his cell phone number?
512
512
914
914
3991.
3991. Okay. Where does he work at?
Helmet.
Okay. You know, I hate to do, this is a part of the job I don't enjoy, especially handcuffing the mother in front of the children, but, you know, I'm going to make once Sergeant gets here, I'm going to make a phone call to Dad, see where he's at, and we'll go from there. And, you know, also based on looking inside the house here, is there a reason the house is all strung about like that?
Because I have 3 kids.
Right. Are you stay-at-home mom?
Yeah. Well, I work from home.
You work from home? Okay. What do you do?
I'm a sleep consultant. A sleep consultant.
Sleep consultant. Oh, okay. Well,
So we whip it into shape every weekend, and
I get it. You know, like I said, 8 to 5-year-old boys, 3 of them is gonna be a hurricane. I understand.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, in the past, I've dealt with stuff like this, and I got to make sure I investigate properly. Okay. So when I look in there, I want to make sure that, you know, it's not just covered in trash and maggots and everything else, because I have stepped in houses like that. Okay.
yeah, and unfortunately, my husband did not do the dishes this weekend, so.
Oh no.
You know, it's not the best, but.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to have a seat here real quick,
Thank you.
I'm going to go out to the car real quick. If you're okay with that, Justice. Thank you. Hang tight, Aiden. Hang tight, okay? Stay right here for me. So, I'm about to call your dad, okay? Alright. And then I'll let you go inside with your brothers, okay? Alright.
23 coming in unit. Ending is 92387.
Hey, is this Scott? Hey, Scott, this is Officer McCullough with the Waco Police Department. How are you doing this evening? Oh, not too terrible. Whereabouts are you? Your young son, Aiden, was found walking down Ritchie Road, and a woman called in. And I was following him for about a mile till he was walking over here to the house, and he told me that your wife told him to get out of the car because he and his brothers were fighting and told him to walk home. Him being 8 years old causes an alarm. So when I got here and brought him back to the house, your wife admitted to kicking him out of the car because they were fighting and told him to walk essentially from around Chapel and Ritchie over here. So based on that, right now she's in custody for endangering a child. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I mean, that's our issue. Is we had multiple calls on it, and a woman was following them, and you see our concern with that. So, okay, that'll work.
2230.
All right, bye.
So since I did get here and I don't know what's going on, what happened?
We were coming home from karate and my kids were fighting. My son didn't want to go to karate. Oh, no, I just knew he was going to be coming home anytime soon.
Okay. Scott's on the way.
Oh, good.
He's an HEB. Yeah, go ahead. If you're asking some questions, go ahead.
So you just let him off there on Ritchie and then came home. How long were you expecting it to take him to get back?
Depends on if he runs. Like 10 minutes maybe.
Okay. And then how long was it before my partner got here?
15.
Okay.
He was close. He was over on Mobley, in between Gilchrist and can't remember the other cross street. But I mean, it's like I was trying to explain a little bit earlier when we were talking. You see the issue with that. I mean, if you still don't, I mean, that's your prerogative. You know what I mean? But you didn't have eyes on your kid. Other people did. And those other people, why a really nice lady called us. Could have been somebody said, "Oh, well, there's me, a young boy ripe for the picking." And God, have that on your conscience. How bad could that have been? So, Scott's on the way. Do you have any questions for us? Okay. Your other two boys are in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I can. I'll let Aiden out. He can go in the house if you're okay with that. All right. And then once Dad gets here, we can do what we have to do. Okay. But I'll have a supervisor here if you have any questions for him. Hi, bud. If you want to go play with your brothers or you want to go inside. Do you want them inside, ma'am? Hey, gentlemen, you want to go inside for me? Thank y'all. We're just going to sit here and talk with Mama.
Oh, she has handcuffs on.
Man, I wish I didn't have to do it. But we'll have to follow the law. So my partner was asking, 10 to 15 minutes is about the time it took to get from over here off Ritchie to here.
Mm-hmm.
You said this has happened before. How many times happened before?
I don't know.
You don't know? Like that many, or you just don't know?
It's not a tool I use often.
Right. But you have used it. Alright. So, him and they were all four of them. There's 3 little kids and her. Boys were fighting somewhere over off Chapel or somewhere before that. So she told them to get out of the car, somewhere around Chapel and Ritchie, maybe a little bit further.
How far is that from here?
The reporting party said about a mile. I haven't been checked. But it's, Chapel, Ritchie right there, coming back all the way to here is where I found them, in between Gilchrist and Sampson. Barefoot.
Just one kid?
Yeah. 8-year-old little boy.
What was his demeanor like?
He was okay. You know, he said this has happened before. And she said it's happened before. Now she's kind of clamming up after we read her rights. But she says it's not a tool she uses often, but she's done this before when he acts up or another kid acts up. And I'm trying to explain to her, well, here's the problem. Is people were driving by, we got a call, a lady followed them this far. You see the problem with that? And she's, kids walk around the neighborhood all the time.
Not that young.
Not that young and not that far and not alone. But I called Dad. He's headed from HEB on South Valley, headed back here. I already explained to him, I said, your wife kicked out this 8-year-old, and we had somebody following and calling us and giving us what was going on with him. Your wife's in custody right now. All right. So he's going to come back, and I guess we have somebody with the kids, but then looking in the house, the house looks like shit. It looks like a crackdown.
Who's with the kids?
They're all 3 just inside by themselves right now. So.
And what, she said they were fighting and she got tired of it?
Mm-hmm. Told him to get out of the car and walk home.
And she just pulled over and made him get out?
Mm-hmm.
So, did she know whether or not he knew his way home?
He told me when I ran across him and made contact with him that he was at 2701 Sampson, so he knew where he had to go. At least knew the address. But
he's how old?
8. He's a small 8-year-old.
Wow.
And like I'm telling her, I think it's finally set in when I got her in handcuffs. I don't like to make a display in front of the kids, but I don't want to have to fight a woman out here either. She didn't see anything wrong with it. I said, shit, an 8-year-old walking down the street that far by himself and nobody has eyes on him except for everybody else. You don't know who the hell's in that car. Nothing to say on that one. I think it's endangering all day long. What do you think?
You kick him out of the car, who's to say some trafficker wouldn't see what happened and snatched him up?
That's what I explained to her. I said, you've done this multiple times, and luckily this time we found him. Otherwise, it would have been somebody who snatches him up because there's an 8-year-old boy up right for the picking. And then you never see him again. And you're going to call us saying your son didn't come home. Well, why didn't he come home? Because you kicked him out of the car?
Yeah, and she says she came straight home.
Mm-hmm. She expected him home about 10 to 15 minutes. That's what Justice was getting out of her. Well, I was talking to the husband on the phone that she expected him to take about 10 minutes. But I mean, shit, the kid's barefoot. It's not, everything's bad about it.
And the house is horrible. Have y'all got on the phone with CPS?
I was just about to call him once you got there. Just because with her, I'm waiting for the husband to get here before we put her in the car. Well, I can speak to, he didn't sound too shocked. So I don't know how his...
Y'all got all the kids' info?
Yes. Barring socials and stuff, I'll ask for that, but I got all the names and date of births and stuff. But, I mean, first glance in the house, it...
What does it look like?
Looks like shit. It's just like trash. I can see trash in the closet. I can see trash. I guess the living room is far back in that house. And I can see trash, and it looks like a damn couch laid over. And I asked her about it, and she said, well, it's, you know, we clean every weekend, but an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, and 5-year-old boy tear it all up, and my husband didn't do the dishes. So it leads me to believe it's going to be pretty bad in there. And he's got, you know, scabs and marks, which might be consistent with him being 8. Playing rough with boys that are all out here, you know, rolling around the grass, but it just looks bad. It's the first thing I noticed about him was like he was all scratched up and shit.
You have her info?
Yes, sir. It's, hey, Justice. You have her info real quick?
Yep. I haven't seen a check with you, Jim.
Heather Wallace?
Yep.
1411 West Island Elevated Express ER on a chest patient. A John Tree Pipkin, 192, came in because his finger is cut off, saying that female did it to him and he's afraid she's going to come back or scared that she'll find her something exactly what happened.
512-413-4351. Our social is 628-03-3514.
Cool. Appreciate it. Yep. You want me to just ever tell it to you?
Please.
Okay. And I'll get on the phone with CPS.
I'm going to call Crime Against Children. I don't know what's going on. They want to come out and talk to the parent.
Okay.
When you try and get photos
Yeah.
of the condition of the house and all that.
Yeah. That's what I was figuring too. Get photos of him and...
Dad gets here, tell Dad you'd like to go inside and check on the kids.
Should I go ahead and call the CPS right now or wait until after we get done going in there?
Wait until you gather all the information up.
Okay.
Compile so you can tell them the condition of the house and everything that's going on.
Okay. I guess I can ask her for consent to go in. You think that would be a problem?
I'm just waiting on Dad.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because you can tell them what's going on and say, look, I'm kind of concerned about the situation. I'd like to go in and check on the other 2 kids. Technically, I don't see why we couldn't anyway. Because she's under arrest. Kids are in there by themselves. We have the right to go in and check their welfare.
Yeah. Like you say,
Who's
maybe.
the sergeant of Crime Against Children?
Karis.
Is it Karis?
Uh-huh.
Good.
Where'd that call come out at? Richie and what?
Richie and Mobley.
Mobley.
But the lady said she'd been following him damn near the chapel in Richie.
Have a light, you know, and there's afternoon loitering. She'll be there on the bench wearing black.
I got his personal number if you need it.
I've got it.
Oh.
He wouldn't answer. Is it the 301-5870?
Is it?
parking lot. And then I dressed up male. It was the father. Came and took the child. I'm not sure if it was the father or not. It was worse. Yeah, you bet you.
20%.
You didn't call me, bud.
20%.
Okay.
That follow up I can take care of by a phone message when it slows down. If you want to hold it for me.
10-4,
Mr. Wallace?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can fill you in real quick and then I can let you talk to your wife. So what we got is a woman saw your son walking down Ritchie.
Okay.
Followed him all the way in between Sampson and I guess it's Gilchrist. Was really concerned about his safety because he was walking barefoot. Like I said, she followed him that far. I come across him, he told me where y'all lived. I come here and your wife pretty much admits, he told me that he was told to get out and exercise because the brothers were fighting, which I totally get. Age 7 to 5 years old, my God help you. You know, rambunctious boys. But the concern is when she told me that, yes, she's done this.
Okay.
And she's done it before. She can't necessarily tell me how many times, but, you know, she admitted to kicking him out of the car because they were fighting.
Okay.
Made him walk. Today's time, an 8-year-old walking down here, predators, everything else, human traffickers.
Okay.
It's just, y'all were very fortunate that no one had malicious intent and ran across him like that.
Okay.
Because he's a smaller 8-year-old, you know. And so that's why we are where we're at.
Okay.
He's in custody for endangering a child. All right, of course, an 8-year-old is, a kid walking down from here to maybe the end of the block with you having eyes on him is one thing. Her not knowing where exactly he's at, has no eyes on him is a problem.
Okay.
All right, and I will also have to be calling CPS.
Okay.
All right. And another concern I have is the inside. She told me that, you know, you haven't done the dishes or anything, but I looked inside when I made contact with her. Is it okay if I go in there and check and make sure the other boys are okay? Because if not, we can get CPS is going to be involved either way, and then they'll want to come in as well. Would you have any issues with me checking on the inside?
I would rather you not, but I can bring the boys out.
Okay.
Would that be sufficient?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make sure they're okay.
Okay. I can bring the boys out.
But like I said, CPS is going to get involved, and more than likely they can go inside as well and check the condition, whether or not it's going to be livable for the kids.
Okay.
And I know y'all have 3 young boys. It's not going to be spick and span because they're going to terrorize everything.
Yeah.
But it is a concern of mine just based on what I can see through the hallway.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
I'm going to get your wife and put her in a car, then you can talk to her in there, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions right now?
Yeah, what do I need to do
as far
for
as for her, she will get down there and get booked in, okay? And when she gets booked in, the judge will be in to set a bond, more likely in the morning. All right, and then you have to go from there. She'll be able to call you. later.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Like I said, under the circumstance, I'm sorry, but I mean, it's just that's really reaching on responsibility to do that to a child. I get it, hollering and screaming in the car, but you can't take your eye off, especially in Waco. Waco's a bad place.
Okay.
It's a really bad place. So, Justice, if you can grab Miss Wallace, and we'll take her to the car, and she can talk to her husband real quick. Do you have any other questions?
Nope, that was it. So
Okay.
she'll be there all night then?
Yeah, more than likely. A judge typically doesn't come in at night unless it's on the weekends. And then they'll have to set the bond and everything.
Okay.
Okay? If you want to come over and talk to her real quick, you can.
Well, when you get to the jail, they'll take them off. I'll hand you this one.
I'll set it right here for right now, and then we'll buck you in after you're done talking to your husband. Just no touching or anything. Just hang right here.
Okay. W baby. Video okay. But quit telling them stuff. Okay. Okay. I'll see you in the morning, I guess. But you're gonna be there overnight.
And if you want, you can either get it off shift or I can call you back with the info and let you know what happened.
2350, go ahead.
No, I was just going to give you a heads up of what was going on.
Good.
It's hard with
All right.
Can you say something?
Okay, thanks. All right, bye. No. So, Evertel is doing that. Go ahead and call them and tell them you're requesting a response for them to come out here.
Okay.
Because you have the mother in custody, and tell them the offense and the reason, and that from what you could see from the outside, the conditions of the house are deplorable, and you're concerned about leaving them with the father.
Yeah, he doesn't want us going in. He'd rather bring the kids out to us.
Yeah, contact your kids. Go ahead and get them out here. You have all that kids info found?
Paul McCullough. MCCULLOUGH. The Waco Police Department. 273 3115 Pine Avenue, Waco, Texas 76708. 254 447 8300. Child. Both parents. Heather Wallace. Common spelling. 2701 Sampson Drive, Lorena, Texas 76655. Sampson, SAMSON. 512 413 4351. 1123 of 84. She's married. I sure do. It is 62803 3514. She's white. Aiden, AIDEN, Wallace, 1213 of 12. Yes. There are two other boys. Yes, ma'am. Both their names are, last names are Wallace. The first one will be Liam, Liam. His date of birth is 3/17 of 14. Declan, DECLAN, 8/10 of 2016. Dad's name is Scott Wallace. Yes, I do. It's 512-914-3991. 9/28 of 74. I do not. No, ma'am. I don't believe so. The 8-year-old Aiden today was getting into a fight with his brothers in the car, and Mom essentially kicked him out of the vehicle and told him to walk home, which I haven't measured it, but as of right now it appears to be close to a mile away. And he was also walking barefoot, and she went ahead and went to a residence and didn't know where he was at. A passerby called and was following the child until we got there.
Female called for her daughter, and there was something clear to the cider in the back of the trunk.
Yes, she says she has done it before. She couldn't give me an exact number of times, but she has done this before. When the boys start fighting, she believes the best thing to do is, I guess, I'm assuming that she kicked out the one who was instigating it or continuing on. I don't think so. He seems to be in pretty good spirits, although he's got, some scratches and stuff on his legs, and which are probably consistent with him and his brothers wrestling and playing rough. But I didn't see any apparent injuries from today. No, ma'am. Not that I'm aware of. No, ma'am. Yes, there is. It's 21-17356. Correct. Yes, please. If you could, we would like to request CPS representatives to come out. When I did make contact with the mother, I was able to look inside from the front entry door, and the house looks to be in a lot of disarray and had an odor coming from it. If we could, because the dad won't let us go inside to look at the house. He wants us to look at the other two boys because we're worried essentially about their welfare as well. But he doesn't want us going in the house. And based on what I saw briefly, there's probably a reason why. I think the house is in really bad shape. So we would like to have y'all come out. Give me one second. You said your name was Francis, correct? Francis? Okay. And what was that number? Gotcha. Okay. And if y'all are able to send someone out, that number that I gave you, that 254-447-8300 is my city cellular phone, so they can call me on that. Thank you, ma'am.
And I want to come out.
She said, well, I'll put it in, but nothing else. What is that? I mean, what do you think? I'll bring the other two boys out, but I know I need to get her down to the county, I guess. How long are we waiting?
We need to check on the kids. That other kid was in your custody, and you've already talked to him, but we need to check on the other two. And make sure they're okay. And
not a whole lot we can ask them, though, is there? Ain't a whole lot we can ask them, is it? I mean,
the kids?
Yeah, just as far as like...
I'll just check on them, make sure they're fine. You already know, as far as the offense, it did occur, and you found the kid and brought him home, and all that stuff. The thing I'm concerned about is the conditions of the house, the living conditions, how they're being treated, how they're being cared for, and all that stuff.
He's 8, he's upbeat, but he's 8 years old. It's just not gonna affect him right now.
What is Dad's demeanor?
I think he's telling her to pretty much shut up and quit talking to us. And he's kind of like, well, I'll just, what I got to do to get her out of jail. So I don't think he's, I just heard her say when I went into the car that, well, it's not like anything died. So that's the type of guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the type of mentality we're dealing with. So
just ask Dad to bring the kids out here so you can check on them.
Gotcha.
We'll walk them through and wait on the front porch.
Do I need to ask to take photographs of the 8-year-old? Do you think that'd be prudent?
I think body cam.
Yeah, I didn't see anything obvious, like, you know, any type of fresh wounds or anything.
I think body cam.
Okay. Mr. Wallace, do you mind bringing your other two sons out front here?
Yes, sir.
Just so we could check on them real quick.
Better shut the door quick.
Oh, shit. He's a bigger guy. He got to that small hole, didn't he? And when I walked up here, I noticed all this kind of strung about. I was like, yeah, something right here. And the blinds are broke. Alright, Aiden. Which one's Liam? Is that you? Hey, bud. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Declan?
Yeah.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
Where y'all go to school?
I go to
Uh-oh.
Summit School.
Cool.
You go to where?
Summit School.
Summit? Where's that at?
It's a private school.
Oh, okay.
Y'all like stickers?
Yeah.
Like stickers? You want one? You gotta share them with each other.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright. Very good. Do you have any questions?
No, no.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
If you want to get them back in the house, I'll just follow up with you real quick.
Alright, go ahead,
try to go
boys.
back in.
I will tell you later.
Like I told you a little bit earlier, CPS is called.
Okay.
Now, whether or not the...
Will you need to go check these?
What is going on?
Mommy's gonna go with them for the night, okay?
They'll most likely come out. It may be tonight, it may be later. But, you know, based on everything I've seen here, it's all going to be documented.
Okay.
Okay? You have any questions for me? Yeah, I want to keep asking before I go ahead and get her down the road.
No.
So, there's no other concerns.
Well, I don't think I have. Who knows?
Yeah. You see our concern.
Once I process stuff, so maybe I'll have more questions.
None of your sons have any type of intellectual disabilities or anything like that?
Like retardation or
Well,
something?
that's what they ask, is like any type of cognitive disorders. We have to ask that just to make sure they're not special needs or anything.
Oh, okay.
They all seem to be pretty bright young men. So I just have to ask.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Aiden is in pretty good spirits. I don't know the young lad, but you know, he seems to be in pretty good spirits, man. But this type of situation, we have to act. And I know it may not necessarily agree with your wife or you, but in our perspective, it's just the possible danger of him getting abducted or whatever is greatly too high.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm going to leave you to it. Like I said, CPS may come out here tonight or may come out here tomorrow. I'm not sure.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
But
Thank you.
if you have any other questions, you can call.
All right. Appreciate it.
I do not have a card. I am not important enough to have a card. I'm just a patrol officer. So this is what I'll do. I'll give you a case card. All right. In this case, we'll go to our Crimes Against Children unit. All right.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, she's being charged with endangering a child. Okay. I'm sure detectives will follow up with y'all's family pretty soon. I don't want to give you an actual day because I don't know.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
All right, sir. Best of luck to you. Good.
CPS in, right?
Oh, okay.
What I may do is just have McCullough go ahead and go 95 with her. And me and Justice will wait on CPS to get here. Unless you think CPS won't talk to her. But. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll just hang around for a little bit. So they are on their way. Okay. Okay. It's that new housing addition. Yeah, Hagerman, Sampson,
Mobley.
Off of
Richie
and Chapel area.
It's like Park Meadows Estates.
Well, he stayed outside, but he brought him outside.
I put her medicine in the box seat.
Okay, what kind of medicine is it?
Anti-anxiety and thyroid.
Questions? Pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, and really the only important questions to this is that I asked her how many times she's done this before. She wouldn't answer.
She said several times, but
yeah. And then I asked her if she did it with her other kids. She wouldn't answer. I asked her, he was supposed to be here in 10 and it was at least 15 before you brought him. How much longer was she going to wait till she started getting worried? She didn't answer. And then I asked her why she thought that was the best form of punishment. And she said, I actually don't believe in punishing our kids. We just think that it's the logical consequence that if you're rowdy and yelling in the car, then you don't get to be in the car.
okay. What did she say in there a while ago about she said, well, nothing died. I think she was referring to this. I think that's what I heard when I stepped in the car. And it was, well, this is not a big deal because nothing died. It's all in color, but still, just comments like that.
And they're getting Aiden tested tomorrow for ADHD down in Temple.
But he has no other type of issues, correct?
Not that.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what Dad said. That's what my dad said.
One second tonight.
I might have gone to 95 and y'all stay here. I don't know yet. It's bad. He goes too.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, we'll wait on CPS to get here and whatever they tell us. Hopefully they'll talk with the dad and he'll cooperate with them. But if not, then he's probably not going to like the outcome. So. Okay. I appreciate it. Alright. Karis is still in his office on a some type of video conference or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he got off that and he called me and I was telling him what was going on and he recommended calling CPS to have him respond. That's what I was telling you when I hung up with him and I was telling you to call CPS.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently when you was on the phone with CPS, he was on the phone with one of his contacts at CPS and they were watching on the computer as the information was coming in from whatever you was telling them. And they were loading up to come out here anyway.
Wow.
So they should be here any minute. And he said, just give them time to get here to talk to you.
Okay.
For you to explain to them what you saw when you walked up to the house and when you found the kid and all that. And then if the dad refuses to let CPS inside, then they'll probably just remove the kids today. So.
Okay.
I know. I don't think we had enough to go inside, other than before Dad got here to check on the welfare of the kids, since Mom was in our custody.
Yeah.
But CPS can try and get in there, and if no, I'm good, thank you.
No, thank you.
CPS can try and get in there, and if he denies them consent to go inside, then he's not going to like the outcome. Because they're going to be like, okay, we're just going to remove the kids because
their rules are different than ours. Well, I've had this happen one time and we ended up arresting both parents.
The only thing that's saving him is he wasn't in the car with them and he wasn't even at home.
No.
You know? Does he work at HEB?
No,
or was
he said he worked somewhere else. He was just there shopping.
He was at Wooded Acres?
South Valley. That's the thing, is like just talking to her when I made first contact with her, it was just like, you know, explain to me why your son's walking and somebody's following him. I mean, what? He said you told him to get out of the car. You know, I'm trying to figure out why this kid's walking down the street barefoot. Well, I mean, yeah, I kicked him out of the car because he and his brothers were fighting. And then, you know, I think one of the boys opened the door, and that's when they just opened it wide open. And the hell, they answered the door. She didn't even answer the door when I got here. And that's when I looked inside. And I think there's like a couch. The couch looked like it was tipped on its side. It looks almost unfurnished.
The couch was tipped over? That's weird.
There's this bedroom right here in the front. I noticed that the closet was open and it had some trash on the floor inside of the little closet door.
Did you go inside? But there's crap everywhere. And what did it smell like?
It was a rank smell. And I mentioned, I said, look, you know,
Going hot again.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, I just went hot again because I had it muted.
Gotcha. Yeah, it had a rank smell to it, a pungent smell.
Like body odor or just unclean, like
unkempt, yeah.
Like
maybe
rotten food.
Yeah, and that's when I said, look, man, you know, I go to houses all the time, and now I have a concern based on what I saw in there. You know, I've been in houses where there's maggots in the sink and dishes, and she said, well, to be fair, my husband hasn't washed dishes since this weekend. So, leads me to believe it's going to be pretty nasty. She tried to have an excuse for every time I mentioned something. It was all the boys' fault. It wasn't their fault. And I asked her, I said, well, do
Or
you
her
work?
husband's fault.
Yeah, her husband's fault. I said, well, do you work? She goes, no, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I wasn't going to start browbeating her, but I was like, there's no excuse. If you have all day to do this, why is it like this?
I wonder how many times this has happened.
Yeah, she clammed up on that. She admitted to me before I'd ever, told her that, hey, more likely going to be going with us. And she wasn't in cuffs or anything. And when he read her the Miranda card, she had claimed up and said, well, yeah, it's happened, but I don't know how many times. And Justice did ask a good question if she deemed it as punishment, or I can't remember how he said he phrased it, as a punishment or discipline, or what would you consider this? And she was like, well, I mean, if you can't act right, you get kicked out of the car.
No matter the location, I'm assuming.
Well, that's the way I took it. He said she got quiet after that and wouldn't answer any further. And that's the whole thing. It's like, I got the lady who called it in. I didn't get a statement. I don't know if Harrison would be upset that I didn't get a statement from her, but I didn't know all this was going to turn into what it was. If he was a block away from the house and he went and walked down the street.
We have her contact number.
Oh, yeah.
We can get in contact with her later.
She's a DoorDash driver. Just happened to be in this area.
Well, they got the body camera footage, so they can always get a statement from her later, because I'm sure she drove away when y'all took custody of the kid.
Yeah, after I got her info, I said I'll take care of it. And then when I got here, that's when I was like, this is going to be a little bit different than just dropping a kid off at the house. If it had been immaculate and she'd have been like, oh no, he went down the street and whatever. But that lady said she'd been following for about a mile.
Was it the purple van?
It was a red, yeah, they were in that van.
Did you get that vehicle info?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a 6 or an 8?
6177.
I just got prescription glasses that are supposed to be here in a few days.
Yeah, I got the license plate. I'll get all the info written down when I get down to jail.
Sometimes I have a problem seeing distance. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's crappy.
Look, thankfully I hadn't reached that point yet.
You will.
I know.
How old are you?
36.
Yeah, you will. Give it a few more years.
I'll be wearing readers like everybody else.
About 8 more years. I think this is them. Because they drive a Jeep.
Right.
A Wrangler. I think one of these.
It'll be interesting how he reacts. He can, I guess, buck the system. But that's good at that. I've only had him come out like the only other time. We placed 4 kids on that one call I was on, because an 18-month-old was wandering out in a diaper in 40-degree rainy weather. Dad was a slob and decided to tell him to get the F out.
They take the kids?
Oh, yeah. He went to jail, and then wife had a outstanding warrant as well, but the house was the worst part of it all. You could get about 10 feet in front of the door, and that's all you smelled.
Never mind, it wasn't them.
Wasn't them. Yeah. There was cat food was on the dinner table at this other house. It was over a fort. Cat food on the dinner table. And right next to it, I'll never forget it, was like a jar of queso. And it had hardened and solidified and had holes in it, and there was roaches crawling in and out of it. I mean, I ain't talking like little old, talking like water bug size. And then I went to the kitchen, and then the dishes were so stacked up that you couldn't see the faucet or anything, and that you could sound like rain was hitting it, and there was roaches crawling in it.
There were some kids playing at the house, and they hit a few more.
That's why I went and bought right after that call, I went and bought a damn little beer up Crown Victoria to drive back and forth to work because my clothes smelled like it. And I ended up changing.
Conversation unrelated.
Yep, sorry. Mr. Wallace, if you're wondering why we're still waiting around, CPS is on their way.
Okay.
All right. They're gonna come talk to you, and then I'll talk to them a little bit as well, and then I'll get your wife taken out of town.
Okay.
Are these some type of pills right here? Candy. Ah. Justice go 95 with him? I stay here for them, and then once they get done, let's keep it there.
I'll just keep it here next week.
Want to talk to us? That's fair.
Somebody want to tell her. Something like that.
How late are you staying with us today? Till 1? Good man.
Yeah, I think midnight's the day staff will come. I stay with them too.
You not gonna stay on midnights? You not gonna stay on midnights? Alright.
It ends up working best for
Good.
we still don't get to see each other a whole lot, but then we wouldn't get to see each other at all. If I was working 3 to 1. You guys have a bunch of people leaving?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a bunch. I should be leaving. I think Bobby King's going to be leaving. Temporello's leaving. Ingram's leaving.
You on the days?
Detective.
What spot you get?
NSS. That's it. My list is still good until mid-November, and then Hawkins got the net unit spot, so I'll take over his spot.
Yeah. All that change happened in January.
Yeah, patrol shortage is the problem. Nobody can move around. They can move on paper, but they can't move.
Yeah.
It's probably the way it's going to be for a while.
Yeah.
Patrol's always going to be short. Miss Wallace, just give me a heads up. Are you hot or cold back here?
I feel good.
Sure?
I asked him to turn it up.
Okay.
Then he asked.
Okay. CPS should be here any minute, and that's the only reason we're still on scene is just in case they need to talk to you, okay? Do you want me to unbuckle that real quick? Would that make you more comfortable?
No, that's fine.
Are you sure?
My arm's just hurt, so.
Yeah, those things aren't pleasant. I know. I've been in them plenty of times.
Good. 136 North Shore Circle and found property. They found a knife below her garage window. Yeah. And she did give us the gate code. It's in the call for you. Yeah, thank you. 4247. 2310. 2220. The caller is saying that the manager hit her son on the hand for cursing.
Oh, nice carrot. I guess you decided to come in.
Yep.
Okay. Show me that upstairs.
Show me.
Yeah, 48.
He was like all day long, standing in there day.
Oh, yeah. I knew as soon as she opened that door and started saying it was, yeah, I was like, yep, you going to jail. Cut and dry, she get it. And Sergeant Roscoe called him and let him know what was going on, so he decided to come out.
Yeah.
just bringing them out. So, hey, are you guys gonna go in?
What's that?
Are you guys gonna go in and check that?
Yeah, she's gonna try to. I think she's gonna try to speak with the kids first and weasel her way in through there. Are y'all probably weren't wanting to see the house, weren't y'all?
Not necessarily. I just want to make sure you guys can. Just I don't know what the level is yet, but it'd be interesting to see. But I think you guys too.
Okay, I guess I was gonna say
leave these kids.
If she was gonna do that, she would probably try to save it for the end. But if you guys were planning on kind of sticking around until then, we can try to save what you.
Do y'all need the mom? Somebody want to talk to her?
She's gonna start with the kids. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Dad, and I'll probably work my way over to Mom. Where's Mom?
She's not in this car.
Oh, she's in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are y'all rest?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you want to talk?
Hey, Alyssa. Real quick.
I thought they knew that.
She's going to the house. Okay, yeah, if I can talk to her. Is she cuffed and everything?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I just grab a seat in the back with her? Because I'm going to have to whip out my computer and everything. I'll just leave the door open if that's cool.
Yeah. You see a problem with that, Sarge?
Huh?
He's going to go on the other side and he has to open up his laptop. He's going to just kind of sit in there.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to make that judgment call.
I understand. Trust me, I'm a police officer as well.
I got you.
I understand. Hey, how are you doing? My name's Tyler. I'm sorry, it's kind of an awkward position, but I'll start with this. I'm with Child Protective Services. Wanted to come and speak to you, of course, about everything that's going on, kind of get a rundown of what your involvement is, get some background information real quick. So is it okay if we do that? Okay, perfect.
You good, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I appreciate it.
Glad we waited.
Muting.
across the street, crossing the alley, one with a black and all white shirt, and one with a black and all white shirt, and a third one with a black and all white, all black, all of them.
10-4.
2350.
2350.
Be 95 with a female in Routes County. Mileage 61487. 2340 and 750 will still be out.
10-4. Good.
Both units, as soon as the person.
10-4, 2130, 2230, 10-8 for men. 2230, I'll go and put you on that suspicious person on South 11th Street. 2310, I'll show you 10-8. 2130, I'll put you back on here.
let me forget your medication, okay?
Are you on base? Yeah, go ahead. Hey, if y'all would you just drive through Whispering Oaks and see if you see anybody matching that? I'm going to drive down Lake Shore, 19th down towards Lake Shore. So. I actually had made it all the way down to Lake Shore and turned back around. I'm about to just clear it. I don't see anybody. Alright, typical. Yeah, we didn't see nothing there either.
2120. Good. Overreach date, still overreach. Good.
I believe Hispanic, but just based on the name, but I don't know for sure yet.
I'm just gonna drive around and see anything else.
Yeah, her name is Aaliyah Sanchez, born in '66.
Yeah.
County, ending mileage 61502. One female.
10-4-21.
Where that black pad is where you can stand by. It's alright. You wouldn't happen to have any of these medical sheets, would you?